Video lectures by Shivananda Sharma Memorial RV College. This is an ISR initiative. SSMRV College is one of the premier institutes run by the prestigious RV group of institutions, has come up with a unique initiative to engage students at the time of this unforeseen medical emergency caused by corona outbreak. As a socially responsible institution, we would like to connect academically with students to make good the losses caused. In this connection, myself, Rajita, Department of Business Administration, has posted a video on the subject Services Management and the topic is Healthcare Services. Please watch the video till the end, like, share with your peer groups and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. The contents I am discussing in this video is Introduction to Healthcare Service, Meaning of Hospitals, the classification of hospitals, hospital services or facilities, and hospital administration. Introduction to Healthcare Services. We all are aware of a proverb like health is wealth. It says that health is money. So, health is the most important asset of a human being. If you have health, then wealth will find its way towards you. So, this is a particular concept where it tells everyone to take care of the health. The sound physical body which motivates to maintain the sound mental health, and it is also known that the prevention is better than cure. So, instead of taking medicines, then we have to take the precautionary measures to safeguard our health. Healthcare is a dynamic changing industry. So every often there are new diseases and there are also medical services which are being available. So globally the healthcare enterprises they have the major objective like to improve the patient care experience or optimize its health outcomes or reduce the healthcare costs. So to provide the best services, we can just services. Then nowadays there is an increasing of specialized organization like yoga kendras, nature Q centers, gyms. So they have all following the ancient method of treating the diseases. And Indian healthcare delivery system is categorized into major two components, that is the public sector and the private sector. In the public, that is the government, the public health system provides the basic healthcare facilities in the form of primary healthcare centers especially in the rural areas, and the private sector they provide majority of the secondary and tertiary institutions with a major concentration in metro, tier 1 and tier 2 cities. So they concentrate on the specialized healthcare services which are being provided. Meaning of hospitals. Hospital is an institution providing medical and surgical treatment and nursing care for sick or injured people. According to World Health Organization, a hospital is a residential establishment which provides short-term and long-term medical care consisting of observational, diagnostic, therapeutic and rehabilitative services for persons suffering or suspected to be suffering from a disease or injury and for patients. It may or may not also provide services for ambulatory patients on an outpatient basis. Types of hospitals. Hospitals can be classified into 4 categories, that is location, ownership, kinds and purpose. Under the location classification, the hospitals can be classified as the city hospitals, district hospitals, taluk hospitals, primary health centers at the villages. So the location classification is completely based on the geographical location where the hospitals are established. So it may be the cities, district, taluk or villages. The second classification we have is ownership. who owns the particular hospitals. So it can be further categorized as the government, private, semi-government, charitable and non-government organization. So this classification is based on the ownership. That is, who owns the particular hospital or healthcare services. It may be completely owned by the government or purely private. Semi-government is a partial authority of government and private players. Then there are some charitable hospitals which have there, like it is run purely on the basis of the charities which is being donated by the people and the non-government organization. The third classification is kinds, means what are the different kinds or the types of hospitals available. That is allopathy, that is we are all familiar with this English medicine. Ayurveda, from the study of ancient India. Then homeopathy, Unani and nature cure. So these are the different kinds of hospitals available. Then the purpose. The different purpose available are teaching and research, that is the medical colleges and the research centers, the general hospitals and the specialized hospitals. Hospital services or facilities. The hospital facilities are classified as the core services, the second one supportive services, the third one ancillary services. The core services include emergency. Emergency include the outpatient and the inpatient. So outpatient refers to the patients who are from the outside, means like they have not still admitted into the hospital. So they come outside as an outpatient only for the consultation services. And the second one is inpatient. Inpatient is the patients who have already come consulted and they have been admitted or have undergone any particular surgeries or any medication. So these are considered as inpatient. So emergency services include outpatient and inpatient. Intensive care, this is familiarly known as ICU. So where the condition of the patients are very critical or it has to be under intensive care. So these are undertaken under this category. And the third one is surgery operation. So any kind of surgeries involved is categorized under this service. After the basic services, hospitals require the supportive services as follows. The first one is radiology. The radiology is very essential to be present in the hospital. The second one is laboratory. The laboratory facility and experiments are done. So it may be related to the blood samples collected and tested. The third one is nursing. So nursing refers to providing care for the sick inpatient units who are present in the hospital. The fourth one is catering. So catering is an essential part of patient care. The patients are provided with the menu choice which provides the food to the patients, staff and also visitors to the hospitals. The next one is laundry services. This service is responsible for providing adequate, clean and constant supply of the linen to all users in the hospital. The next service is dietary services. This dietary service offers the nutritional assessment and dietary advice to the patients who are under the care of the hospital. They have to follow the dietary supplements or the dietary schedule given by the doctors. And the last supportive service is blood bank. The blood bank refers to a division of the hospital where the storage of the blood product occurs. The blood samples are taken, it is separated into components, stored and prepared for the transfusion to the recipients. The third type of hospital services are ancillary services are as follows. The first one is registration. Registration is a process by which a patient's name and identity are enrolled in the records of the hospital. This is required in order to provide service of the hospital to the patient and keep a track of various services that are availed by patient. This is the first step to generate a medical record of the patient in which all the medical details of the patient are documented. The second one is record store. The health record is a document that details the medical history and medical care over a period of time. Doctors, nurses, and other health professionals make note in this health record on everything from the illness, symptoms, and the results of medical tests to the types of medication that have been prescribed to the patient. Keeping accurate health record is very important part for providing medical services. It helps the medical staff with their diagnostic and medical decisions in future. The third one is transport. In the hospital, the transport refers to the ambulance services. An ambulance is a medically equipped vehicle which transports the patients to treatment facilities such as hospitals. Ambulances are used to respond to medical emergency by emergency medical services. Usually, the vehicles count as ambulance and are categorized as transport. And this ambulance is used for transport patients from one place to the other place. The fourth service we have is mortuary. Mortuaries are a part of hospital services, so it is a very important integral part of every hospital as it deals with the preservation of the dead bodies. The fifth service we have is engineering. Hospital engineering are those who manage the infrastructure facilities, and they can be of look after the building maintenance and ensure the supply of required quality and quantity of water and other related civil engineering services. The next service we have is security. To keep the staff, patients, and visitors safe, hospitals use a range of security measures. Those include the CCTV cameras, then alarms for staff members, and some electronic access control system for doorways. So, to avail security or the safety of the members in the hospitals. And some hospitals also employ the security staff. The next service is hospital maintenance. The hospital maintenance is responsible for the operation and maintenance of the lighting, plumbing, electrical distribution, air conditioning, heating systems, and finishes of hospital buildings. The maintenance of furnaces are also categorized under this, and the hospitals need to ensure that all the furniture and fixture installed in the hospitals are well maintained to provide safe environment inside the buildings. And the last service we have is hospital waste management. It is a system that handles the hospital generated waste, which includes infectious, chemical, expired pharmaceutical, and radioactive and sharp objectives. Separation of different categories of waste is very essential. It is extremely important to manage hospital generated waste in a proper manner to avoid health and environmental risk. The next topic I am going to explain here is hospital administration. In the hospital administration, we have different departments to run the particular process smoothly and efficiently. So among that, we have hospital departments. In the hospital departments, we have various departments like outpatient departments. So people with health problems who visit the hospital for diagnosis or treatment, but they do not require any admission for overnight care. So this is considered as OPD, that is outpatient department. The next is surgery. So it is a branch of medicine that is concerned with the treatment of injuries, diseases, and any other disorders by manual or instruction means. The third one we have is gynecology. So this is a branch of medicine which deals with the functions and diseases specific to women and girls. We have general medicine. So it deals with the diagnosis for non-surgical treatment of diseases for the internal organs. So here the doctor will find the causes, symptoms, diagnosis, and treatment for any range of disorders affecting any part of the body. Orthopedic, it is a medical specialty that focuses on the diagnosis, correction, prevention, and treatment of patients with disorder of bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, nerves, and skin. Then we have a pediatric. So, pediatric is a branch of medicine that involves the medical care of infants, children, and adolescents. We have nursing. It is a profession which is focused on the care of individuals, families, and communities, so they may attain, maintain, or recover their optimal health and quality of life. So we have ancillary services under the hospital administration, which we had discussed earlier. So it involves the lab services, radiology services, pharmacy services, and physical therapy services, which includes the concept of exercises. And the third, finance of the hospital funds and also responsibility of the fiscal affairs. The next hospital administration include communication system. As we all know that communication is very essential. So in this communication, there will be the transmission of messages to staff and patients within and outside the hospitals. So like recording the appointments, consultations of the doctors. Then distribution system. In this distribution, the systems are involved for delivering the hospital supplies, which are essential to run the administration. Then the food, laundry services, the to patient care areas. And we have also information system. In this information system, we have integrated computer assisted systems, design store, and also to retrieve information regarding clinical and administrative aspects. So this information system help to collect or to gain any kind of information which is being required. We have shared services under hospital administration. Shared services refers the corporate hospitals to share services such as pharmacy, laundry, data processing, etc. So some of the services are to be, and we have shops. The shops are those stores which are located in the hospital selling the requirements of patients, staff, and visitors. It may include the pharmacy or the restaurants and so on. Library, we have information center to serve the needs of medical staff, that is for the research center, and sometimes they also provide services for the patient education. Materials management is also a part of hospital administration. So in this materials management, it refers to procurement and distribution of all the equipment, storage supplies which are being essential for running the hospital services. Then we have medication system. So medication system is the medication which is being provided to the patients by the doctors. So it involves the filling of medication order, transfer the nurse unit, and to other patient handling activities. And at last we have product line management. So it managing control systems for structuring healthcare delivery strategies around case types or specific clinical services. Some other hospital administration includes appointments and schedules of the patients, then constitution and bylaws which are being provided by the hospitals and also from the government rules and regulations, then organizational decision making from the management, fee structure and schedules, governing board issues, then HR practices, marketing aspects and financial issues, then service innovation in the hospitals, mandatory programs which has been followed in the hospitals, public relation program development which is very essential to maintain a very good relationship between the public, and safety management to safeguard the equipment as well as the patients and staff in the hospitals. The quality management. Quality is very important either in the service provided or any aspect of the hospital. Then time management, so timely available of the doctors and other services like blood bank services or nursing services, which is very essential. Then patient identification system, which helps, this can be got through the record, the medical records. Then the risk management, then sales and marketing control assessments, operational competencies assessments, regulatory compliance assessments, then litigation advisory services, which is being given by the advisory board, then forensic accounting and damage analysis, corporate integrity agreements, and the legal aspects of the hospitals. Thank you for watching.